Peace to the leaders, achievers, hip-hop believers, and our beefers. This is www.whereisthebeef.co.za, and welcome to Where is the Substance Reviews. Word up, my name is TheOveryt, the Where's the Beef butcher that controls the hype, and the track that we are going to be taking a look at today is that new release from KO, the song titled No Feelings. So now, with regards to the production side of things, when it comes to the beat selection, well, when you look at the track from, a classic KO perspective, you'd see that yo man, this is actually a different sound that KO is chasing, It's more commercial, it's got these trap elements, and when listening to the beat, you're already expecting KO to spit in a different manner. So do I think it's dope or not? It's actually a hard one to actually decide, because now I'm so used to KO's sound sounding a particular way, right? So now when he comes through with that, commercial type of trap side of him, I could now put him in the same ring as your A. Reese's and Nasty C's and stuff. Meanwhile, he's a veteran. But then, yeah, man, with regards to the quality of the vocals, the mixing and mastering was on point, first of all, and another thing was, it was on point. And one thing I didn't really particularly feel was, the extra, I could say, effects added onto the vocals to give him that, radio, jumpy, commercial sound that he was chasing with this track. So production-wise, it was it was standard procedure, but then based on, his veteran status, you could say that it was just When it comes to the production side of things with regards to the beat selection, I won't say that the beat selection is whack, but I won't say the beat selection is dope either, because we're so used to, KO bringing a particular sound with his music. So now with this particular song, the beat selection is very commercial. It has, trap elements, which makes me, instantly put him in the same ring as the new up-and-coming cats. You know what I'm saying? But then now, with regards to the quality of the vocals and stuff, I could say that the engineering, the mixing and mastering was on point. One thing I wasn't really a particular fan of was the effects added just to make him more, the auto tunes and all that stuff. So I wasn't really a fan of that because of his veteran status. So as with regards to, production as a whole, the beat selection was Well, now when it comes to the lyrical content of this joint, well, first of all, KO is an MC, so he is therefore able to adapt to, any type of beats and all that stuff. So now when you actually listen to the track, like I said before, KO went, trap and a hella commercial on us. He was, focusing on, making a hit for the radio and stuff. But then, he brought the flow, I wouldn't say he brought the bars like he used to and stuff, but he brought the bars, according to the industry standard. And with regards to the delivery and stuff, it was pretty nice. One thing I wasn't, like I said, a particular fan of was how he was, flexing, he sounded a bit immature and stuff, so he didn't really sound as grown as KO should be based on, his veteran status and all that stuff, as I mentioned before. But as for, flow, the rhyming, the delivery, it was pretty nice. Now you can actually put him in the same ring as your, your Nasty C's and your A. Reese's, even though he's a grown man and stuff. But then, lyrical content was based on the industry standard. So now, when it comes to the overall feeling of the joint, right? It's a nice song, it is industry standard and stuff like that. But at the same time, KO is a grown folk, he's been in the game for over 10 years and stuff. And we should have seen him actually evolve as opposed to go back to fit in with, what's actually happening in the music industry right now. So as an MC, as an MC to MC thing, I personally couldn't feel the track. But, from an industry perspective, it's actually a pretty hot song. It's gonna be bumping on our radios, it's gonna be on our little kids, playlists and stuff, and he's gonna be getting booked based on, the sound and, the way he just came off from this track. So based on everything I said, I'd like to give KO, on an MC to MC point of view, I'd like to give him a 2 out of 5. But from an industry standard point of view, I'd like to give him a 3.5 out of 5. So yo, that was Where is the Substance reviews for the day. Do you feel like this track had particular substance? As you know, dope as it is on an industry level, does it have substance or not? You know, be sure to comment on the comment section below. But for more substance in abundance, be sure to log on to www.whereisthebeef.co.za. Follow us on Twitter, we are at Where is the Beefs. Like us on Facebook, we are Where is the Beefs. And if you want to know the deal, be sure to catch Miss Gabby on Fresh from the Girl coming up just now and stuff. But yeah, as for me, I am TheOveryt, the Where's the Beef butcher that controls the hype, and I'll catch you on the flip. Word up.